Can you believe it? The mother who had just passed away sent a message to her daughter, which startled her daughter, because she was the one who was buried with his own eyes. Before he could think about it, another message came, and he called back with a bumpy mood, but no one answered. What was even more terrifying was that his mother's mobile phone was vibrating on the table, and he hid in the quilt in fear. But he didn't notice that a woman covered in blood appeared out of nowhere in the house. But when he opened the quilt, he found that the aunt who was not liked by him was rummaging around in his room and wanted to take his mother's mobile phone. He quickly snatched it because his aunt, who had never contacted them before, suddenly came back because of his mother's unexpected death, and his behavior was still so strange. Xiao Piyu quickly found his best friend and showed him the message from his mother. His friend comforted him that it must be someone else's prank, but what happened next made him very frightened. The teacher who taught him suddenly said that he had something to go home, but at this moment, he received a message from his mother, which meant that these classmates were not good people and asked him not to go at night. But he didn't believe it at all. The message from his mother still came to the party as usual. Seeing that several classmates had come, he took out the tarot card and asked Xiao Piyu to help him calculate the marriage, because Xiao Bu's mother was a very powerful fortune teller before his death. As long as it was his divination, he never missed it. But the strange thing is that he was killed by a sudden car accident, which made many people think that he leaked too much secrets. As his daughter, Xiao Piyu was also begged by his classmates to help them do the math. But what he didn't know was that when he was divining, he had fallen into a huge trap, and strange things happened. This sudden appearance of the figure also scared him and fled. And before he could catch his breath, he received a message from his mother. He tried to call back again, but still no one answered. Fear made him almost collapse, but when he returned home, he found that his aunt was still in his room. Her eyes were opened, and the aunt also directly asked where his mother's tarot cards were placed. But at this moment, seeing the message from his mother, Xiao Bu immediately ran back to the room. Fortunately, the tarot cards were still in his drawer, and his aunt had already pried open his mother's room. Why did he take the tarot cards? And strange things continued to happen. Just when Xiao Bu came home from school, the people in the car weirdly asked him not to take the car. Just as he sat down inexplicably, he received another message on his phone, which turned out to be the report of an accident in this car. When he returned home, he found that his favorite hard Jimmy had been killed. He called his aunt angrily and asked him why he was so cruel. The aunt said it was not his doing, but Xiao Piyu took out the photo. But was it really his aunt who did it? When he went to bed at night, he suddenly heard a pitiful scream, and the sound was so much like a dead mother. He walked in the direction of the sound, and the moment he pushed open the door, he actually saw his mother. But I got Malcolm. But his aunt said that the last thing Xiaopu's mother wanted was for Xiaopu to become a soothsayer. Who in the world was telling the truth? In the middle of the night, Xiaopu heard voices coming from his mother's room again, and just as he was about to check, a flying bug got into his dwarf, and his eyes became very fierce at this time. The robot, yeah, my name's in battle. My ghost, he actually started to attack his aunt directly. This is obviously controlled. Holding the glass in his hand. TSK, he feels pain when he sees me. This is completely God's 1000 self-destructive 800. I thought it was a nightmare, but I didn't expect it to be all real. He couldn't understand how he would attack my aunt. At this time, the servant aunt told him that the reason why your aunt came back was because your mother called him before she died, asking him to come back to protect your little fairy. At this moment, Xiaopu had no idea who he should trust. He had no choice but to ask his best friend for help, but at this moment, his friend's mobile phone also received a message from his mother. Seeing that his classmates had turned into evil spirits, he immediately ran back home, but at this time, the house was full of his mother's tarot cards. Xiao Piyu sensed something was wrong and wanted to escape, but the door was closed. When the servant returned home, Xiao Piyu was possessed again, and he was strangled by the neck. Fortunately, he touched a bottle at this time. Just as he hid in the cabinet and shivered, Xiao Piyu also chased after him. He glanced around the house unhurriedly, because he knew that the servant was definitely hiding here. Hearing no movement outside, he carefully opened the cabinet door and wanted to use his mobile phone to call for help. But the next second, just as he was about to encounter a poisonous hand, the helper of the little aunt finally arrived. He was Xiao Piyu's mother's colleague, just like Xiao Bu, and he explained the reason for the matter. It turned out that the reason why his mother's divination was accurate was because he signed a contract with the devil. But as the number of divination increased, the price paid became bigger and bigger. Later, his mother wanted to end the contract, but was opposed by the devil and killed him, and then used his mother's mobile phone to induce Xiao Piyu to sign a new contract with him step by step. The reason why his aunt came to find the tarot card was because it was the medium of communication with the devil, and only by burying the tarot card and his mother's body could this matter be solved. Then they went to the cemetery and dug up his mother's grave. Just as the master went to get the tarot cards, the money in my mind is in the airport. This scene almost scared Xiao Piyu to death, and then he fell into an illusion. Fortunately, the master woke him up, otherwise he would have slept here forever. But the demon possessed the corpse, and the master quickly held him down. After a spell, the demon was finally driven away, and Xiao Piyu put the tarot cards with his mother and reburied them. At this point, the movie ends. I feel that the suspense atmosphere in front of this movie is not bad. One is a message from the deceased mother, and the other is the closest aunt. If it were you, who would you choose to believe? You can only know the result when you see the end. However, I feel that the exorcism at the end is indeed a bit scribbled. Well, see you next time.